Are we live? Are we live? Oh my goodness, I've got some fantastic news. This is totally impromptu and I haven't even got out of bed yet. But I've got some really good news that I knew it was coming, but I wasn't quite sure it was there yet. But my comment sections have been turned back on by the YouTube gods. And I'm really excited about it because there's so many comments I can't get to in the live, but I can always go back and read them later on. And my comment section, you're going to hear a lot of dings because I haven't figured out how to turn off that ding sound. So every time there's another comment, it's going to do ding, 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 ding. But about almost 3 years, do y'all remember when Momo was a thing? Momo, that weird chicken lady looking scary thing with the cleavage. When that thing came out, it was supposedly popping up in all these videos and scaring kids or whatever. Obviously, it never came on my channel, but that's when 98% of my comment sections got zapped. And so I was watching a stream a while ago and I kept getting these notifications. And I always get just a few notifications on YouTube comments because of the 3 or 4 that never got shut down. But all of a sudden, it was just constant. And I was watching my phone, like, what the hell? I wrote YouTube about a month ago. And I explained, well, I'll take that back. It's probably more like almost 3 months ago for the first time. That's how they helped me get my my silver play button. And then I returned back to them, and we went back and forth in this live chat that YouTube has. And I was explaining about I said, why are my comment sections turned off? I don't understand. He said, well, they give the typical runaround. Back in the day, we're real strict. We've taken down hundreds of thousands of channels comments, or maybe millions, because of kids. I was like, I get that. I said, look, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, my channel is centered around my kids, but they are my kids. They're nobody else's kids on my channel. And besides all that, all my kids are grown now anyways. And I'll probably never have another child on there, and there's no reason to. So I don't get it. So back and forth for at least a month. And then finally today, all of a sudden, they're turned back on, which I just think it's cool because now I can interact with everybody a little bit more. I like doing the lives. They're fun. I mean, they really are, but I'm still not very good at doing lives. But we can do a little bit of this and then a little bit of, it's kind of like in your personal life. Sometimes you talk on the phone to the people you're talking to, and sometimes you text, and sometimes you get tired of texting, you just pick up the phone. So anyway, I'm just really excited to have my comment section back. See, there it goes. Ding, ding, ding. Now, what I haven't figured out is I haven't gone through all 150 or whatever videos I've got, but some of them have been turned on and part of the old comments came back. Some of them have simply been turned on, and others, turned on with just a few comments. Anyway, I can't, and then some of them, doesn't matter, some of them old, so there's a few of them, they're still not on. So maybe it takes a while to get them all loaded back up. I really don't know. So anyway, my point is I found a few that weren't turned back on, but for the most part, they're all turned back on. So I'm going to scroll forward. I'm going to read some of the chats here. Charles Haynes, what's up, man? Haley Vios, what's your favorite food, Mexican or sushi? Hey, Caleb, how have you been? Why have you had to leave for a while? Well, I still can't really talk about that. Who's that from? Awesome AGP. I can't really completely talk about it. I did have my reasons. There are reasons. Let's just say, like one of my moderators, Miss Mary, said on the last live I did, or 2 lives ago, sometimes he has to speak cryptically. And yes, it's true. Sometimes I have to speak cryptically. And speaking of crypto, how many of you are crypto people? If you ask me, if you're getting a divorce, be as fair as you need to be or as you should be. If you're getting a divorce with a rotten one, like a really, really rotten one, this wasn't available years ago, but now with the phone apps you can get, WhatsApp, and I use one called Edge and another one called crypto.com. You can buy you can put all kinds of your wealth, and I'm not an expert by any means. You can put all of your wealth in these cryptocurrencies and then just get one of these dudes here, and you can hide that sucker in so many places that no one will ever know, and that could be a lot of wealth in there. So if you're not into crypto, be careful. Don't ever invest, like they always say, more than you're willing to lose. But that is an excellent place. And another one that I like to use frequently is called Cash App. Most people here are familiar with Cash App. But if you look on your, well, I can't show you mine because it's got my account balance, but if you open up your app, and at the bottom, kind of towards the right, you see this little squiggly line. I had it for months and I never even bothered clicking on it. That's an app so you can trade stocks. And you can also click at the top of that and buy Bitcoin. Now you can't buy there were literally like over 1,000 different cryptocurrencies, but you can buy Bitcoin. Most people, I guess now most people have at least heard the name Bitcoin, which is King Kong. It is all crypto revolves basically, that is the god and everybody else is underneath. But you can buy these like the equivalent of a penny stock in the stock market. Like for some of these beginner coins, they're legit, they're good, but they're just really young. And so you can get them for like a penny a piece, some of them less than a penny. And you just buy and you can put it in your wallet. Well, hang on, I'm skipping around from crypto.com to Cash App. Cash App, you can only buy crypto if it's Bitcoin. But then you click on the stocks and you can select any stock you want. Right now, I've been following Tesla, and overall, it's got this like 9,000% increase since inception. But then you go to the day or the week or the month and you watch these lines, they go up and down like sometimes 3, 5, 18% in a short amount of time. You buy low and sell high, and it's fun. So Tesla was up like, the last time I looked, it spiked at up 11% for one day. Anyway, back to the Cash App part though. You can buy and sell those stocks. But anyway, it's a nice, easy way to hide wealth. Sorry, I'm just all over the place. My biggest thing that I'm excited about is my stinky comment section got turned back on. I don't think it ever should have been turned off in the first place. I invested in Bitcoin and lost 20 euro. Well, hold on to it, man. If you got to be careful because you can lose it. But the trick is what I've learned, like just day trading basically with Tesla stock. You buy the dips and then you sell high. And if there's a 5% change from every time you buy low to sell high, 5% is not much of a little bit, but 5% of a big chunk, if you can get there, it can be some cash. I'm on Snap or Insta. Mom's strict. Well, Haley, sometimes moms have to be strict. I want to watch the stream, but have school. Goodbye, Mystic Daniel. Well, you can pick it up later because it will be live and the comment section will still be up. What's your number? Ain't telling you. Have you seen all the Nick's locations have been closed? Yes, Dreamers JS. I did my last live was this past weekend with the boys, and I noticed I wasn't sure they were closed because there's a car up front and still some lights on. But come to find out, yeah, Nick's hospital went December of 2019, so before even COVID hit. You ever listen to Michael Jackson's song? Which one was your favorite? Love Michael Jackson. Can't really pick a favorite. My number on, okay, we're not, this isn't a dating site. I can't, that makes people uncomfortable. Shelby's Craig A. Hi. We have We love Parker. You're a great dad. The life of Miles. I don't have a TikTok. Hey, Caleb, I sent you a text message a while back. Katie Crease. If you don't sign your name to it, I don't usually answer them because I just got this new phone. I lost all my contacts it's probably been about 5 months now. Do you remember you from the Parker? I'm not going to go to his mom. Mikey, well, that's me. Parker's 21. I don't date. Just give you a compliment. Thank you. Do I have any daughters? Well, of course I do. London. She's on my YouTube channel. Taught her how to fish. There's Miss Becca. Hey, if y'all, in case y'all are wondering, there's Miss Becca. She's one of my Whomping Willows. She will smash you if you get out of line. Well, anyway, y'all are talking about the same old questions I always get. But my biggest thing, the reason I want to come back on is to tell everybody, yes, my comment sections are turned back on. Some of them are simply on. Some of them brought back some of the comments. Some of them brought back none of the comments. So we get to start scratch, and I encourage everybody to try to stay positive. I understand my channel is somewhat charged a little bit, and it gets people really emotional, whether that's a happy emotion or a severely angry, want to cut Caleb's head off emotion. I get it. So, but my overall deal is that my channel really, it began in 2008. That's when I started, but it really began 7 years ago. And that's in the past. I'm trying, and I'm struggling, but I'm trying to stay more positive, and I encourage it's okay to ask questions and have intense debates, but I would ask that people try to stay positive on the comments. Of course, some things are going to outrage people. I tell you what, if you just have to spew the hate, just spew it at me. Just send the hate to me and leave the politics and all the other people involved out of it. I will absorb all that hate. I've gone through hell and back, and I've had my down times and my up times, and I just haven't been doing good. So if you have to spread hate, try not to, but if you absolutely must, send the hate to me in the comment section. Well, your past is why people are here. People need advice on here, but I see you don't care about their problems. A kid just told you their mom was strict. Okay, well, Cassandra, a lot of people tell me a lot of problems, and I try to get to them as often as I can, but obviously I can't get to every single person. I like to, and like I've said in the past, this is kind of my job too now, but as much as I am in the clear for the most part with, my activism, running my mouth, all that sort of thing, the reason many of y'all are here in the first place is because I've had to be really, really, really careful, believe it or not, about what I say. And it sucks. I don't like it, but also acknowledge this is the world in which we live. And there are really powerful people out there, way more powerful and strong than me. And some of them hate me. Some of the really powerful ones hate me. And so it's a game that I have to play just like everybody else. I try my best to be as honest and upfront as much as possible. I've made it very clear that there are certain things about my life that I do purposely keep private for a reason, because I like my privacy on some things, most things, just like you do. But anyways, to get back to her comment, I understand that's what people, everybody's got problems. And when it comes to family court problems, I get a lot of them, and I read a lot of them. If you haven't noticed, a lot of that's already on my channel. Man, y'all are just all over the place in some of this stuff. Can I do a podcast on conspiracy theories? Well, this won't be a podcast on conspiracy theories, but the latest conspiracy theory that has actually come true, if you haven't noticed, the CDC, the gods of all things healthy and how to stay safe in the pandemic. they've actually themselves acknowledged only about 6% of the people who died of COVID had only COVID. The rest of them had comorbidities. Oh, yeah, the rest of them had comorbidities. They died of something else. It was always a hoax. It was always a pandemic. And your silly little face stoppers that you've gotten so angry that people won't wear is for nothing. You upset the world over nothing. And they upset you because the idiot boxes told us that we should be upset. When I say idiot box, I mean the television. The television is a liar. It's a propaganda machine unlike any other. Yes, this channel you're watching, I am a propagandist. Everybody's got propaganda. They've got a point of view. It's just a struggle to see who's going to be telling the truth. The mainstream media almost always lie. That's their shtick. They're been called the fourth arm or the fourth layer of government. Outside of the presidency and the legislature and the judiciary, you've got the media. And they're always going to lie to you. And yes, again, I'm a propagandist as well. Some believe me, some don't. More times than not, I'd like to think that I was right on certain things. The whole COVID thing, the mask thing was totally a sham. I fell for it for like a week. I genuinely got scared for like a week, maybe two, because the boys were here in Conroe and I was stuck in West Texas. Like I was even in southeastern New Mexico when it really hit. And so for a little bit, I froze up and I panicked a little bit. But then I started asking questions almost immediately. And come to find out, I don't talk about it much on my YouTube channel, but on my personal Facebook page, a lot of people were beating me up, calling me all kinds of names because I wouldn't wear a mask. Because it's proven it doesn't do any good. And I'm not going to get into the arguments. If you are a masker, I've read every conceivable argument for wearing a mask that could possibly be. It's over with. And now the gods of the CDC have confirmed anyway, what most of us, or a lot of us, knew all along, that people get sick every year and die every year. That has always happened my entire life for all of eternity. That's not the story. It's how everybody reacted to it and shutting down an economy. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of mom and pop shops just went tits up. For what? Yes, 9,000 people dying is a horrible thing, but it happens every year. Every single year, someone dies of something, some kind of heart disease, lung disease, flu, TB, tuberculosis. Some died from COVID. Unfortunately, it's a horrible thing, but people die all the time. And shutting down the economy and making sure that even the poorest amongst the poor of us can't feed our families, that's a horrible idea. And it has obviously been a gigantic failure for 2020. So there's one conspiracy theory. Not even debunked. What's the opposite of debunked? Proven? Even though we'd already proven it, it was confirmed by the health gods there at the CDC. Beat their ass. Okay, not going to talk about that. Getting lots of emojis. Eyeballs and fists and lips and how's Parker? We've already talked about that. I'm not going to talk about it. Stephanie Bachknight. My husband has been going through the same thing with his ex-wife when it comes to his daughter. What kind of advice do you have about what could he do? Well, the best I can recommend on that, what can you do, is obviously I don't know your specific problems, and I know that it's a long story. I'm sure you've talked about it so many times. Hi, Dwayne. I've talked about that in various videos, what to do, how to record, when to be obnoxious, when not to be obnoxious. As far as drop-offs, always do it in a public place. Don't be tacky to the ex, regardless of how tacky they get. Always have your camera ready to record. If it's a regular thing to where the exchange of the kids becomes like really obnoxious to the point where the kids are like cringing. It sucks, but have your camera out. In the old days, this is all I had. I just had my phone. Nowadays, you can get clip-on. I've got this real nice, I even talked about one of my lives within the last month, real nice clip-on body cam. You can have the body cam going. GoPros are a little expensive, but you can get dash cams. They, give you and dash cams are like $100. You can get two of them and point them in different directions. But at these high tension drop-offs, keep your cool. Always keep your cool. As soon as you lose your cool and they trigger you by calling you something they know get under your skin, and you say, "You stupid bat." Whenever you do that, you lost. Game over. So you got to keep your cool. You've got to record. Anyway, I've talked about it in different lengths in a lot of my videos, so I hope that helped. Kid Gaming, I love your videos. Well, thank you very much. Firefox, hello. Donna Peg, bye. Have a good day. I'm having a wonderful day. Thank you. Whoa, hang on. As a child, where are you at? Sarah Byers, as a child, how can I avoid being put in the middle? That's such a sad question. It's a good question. That's from Sarah Byers. Sarah, it's hard. My parents never got divorced, so I don't know it from a child's perspective. I do know this from a parent's perspective. I can tell, I could from the very beginning that, and I'm pretty sure this is universal. No kid likes to hear mom's an asshole, dad's an asshole. They don't like to hear it. So for the parents out there, stop doing that, because you're going to get more questions like this from Miss Sarah Byers. As a child, how can I avoid being put in the middle? Well, Sarah, the unfortunate truth is, if one of your parents decides to put you in the middle, you're going to be in the middle. Unfortunately, I hate it like everything. It depends on your age. It's easier for a 14-year-old not to get in the middle of something than it is for an 8-year-old. Most of the time, if a parent one or the other decides we're going to put you in the middle and use you as the bait, then it's just going to happen. What I would suggest would be a better question is, once I'm as a child drug into the middle of it, how do I manage it? I would try not to listen to the fights, because that's what kids usually mean when drug in the middle. When mom and dad are happy and playing, the kids, they've always been fine coming around. When they start fighting, they don't want to get in the middle because they love both parents. They don't want to hurt necessarily one or the other. That's what being in the middle is. And that's tough. I've never been in the middle of a divorce as a child because my parents never did divorce. I guess I can't give a recommendation for you. I don't know. When I answer things like that, it's from my perspective on how I handled a certain situation. I kind of got off on your question, Sarah. It's easier for me to talk to the parents on what to do and not to do, only because I've done both. I've made the mistakes and I've done some good things. Well, good. All the dinging quit. That's nice. So I can't really answer that from a child's perspective because I wasn't a child in the middle of a divorce. Again, all the more reason why I'm glad my comment sections are turned on, because there's lots of kids your age who have that same question. And when those get asked in this type of setting, what my channel is, there's a lot of people who are like-minded, parents my age who've been through what I've been, and kids your age that have been through what my kids went through. And that is why, again, I'm asking if you're going to watch this and comment on my newly reformed comment sections, keep it positive. But keeping it positive, it's okay to have questions like Sarah had, because other kids are going to be on. I say kids. When I say kids, I don't mean like babies. Parker's 21. He's a kid to me. That's not one. People your age, young people your age, that have the same question, and maybe someone's a few years into it longer than you've been. Maybe they can help. So, anyways, where are we at now? David, I can't. I would just no. I understand why people feel that way, but this again, this is what I'm asking. My past is my past. I'm proud of it. I'm not interested in editing or covering any of it up. It's all there. I've had my emotions where I'm up and I'm down and everywhere in between. I get why people ask those types of questions, and I'm not mad at you. I'm just simply not going to answer them anymore, because what's there is there. I don't want to keep hashing that out. I want to move forward and talk about happy, positive things. And as rotten as 2020 is, I think we could all universally agree that we need some sunshine. I just hope 2021 just makes us all forget about 2020. Whoa, I'm way behind. It's my favorite movie. Oh, that's a hard one. I am in the middle of watching the OA right now on Netflix. I was kind of in self-timeout when Lucifer season 5 came out, and it's only the first half. And I did confirm with 2 different articles about 8 months ago, roughly, Netflix said, or Lucifer on Netflix said, this is it, season 5. Now that COVID hit, we're going to have 2 different parts instead of one 10 show series. They have 2 8, first half and the second half. Well, now season 6 has already been negotiated and will be. So we thought that we were told season 5, that was it. Now we got season 6, Lucifer. What else have I watched? Ooh, Cobra Kai. Believe it or not, especially if you're my age, it's really good. Going back, I did watch The Karate Kid 1 and 2 in the last 3 or 4 days, which are also on Netflix, and I love them. It's kind of like watching The Goonies. I love them. It's awful acting. The acting is terrible, but there's such The Goonies. I love The Goonies, and I love The Karate Kid. Well, Cobra Kai, if you haven't seen it, if you remember watching the old Karate Kid, Cobra Kai was the bad dojo. That's where Johnny was. And Johnny comes around, and it's 34 years later, I think. Ooh, they've got 2 seasons out. And I binge watched both of them this last week. Anyway, I'm not going to give away. But anyway, Johnny starts Cobra Kai back up. Danielson, he's a car salesman now. He owns his own dealership, and their lives intermingle. And as the episodes progress, especially in season 2, they bring back more and more and more original characters. There's like 7 or 8 total original characters that are brought back, and oh my God, you talk about feeling old. Makes me feel old. I mean, there's this one part. Remember at the very end of Karate Kid when he's doing this, he's got his leg up, he's doing the crane, whoosh, fixing to kick Johnny, and you see that mean, what's his name, Sensei Kreese, and that obnoxious kid too. You're gonna haul him away in a body bag. Oh, he's laughing like a typical high schooler. I can't ruin it, but he shows up in season 2, and oh my God, I felt old because he's old. Oh, for fuck's sake, I gotta close a bunch of these out. Yep, comment sections are definitely back on because I'm getting every notifications. Are you a dog or cat person? I'm a both. I love doggies and kitties. My last 2 kitties got killed, or my last one, Francis got run over about 8 months ago, I guess. And I get too attached to them, and I've not gotten any more. I do have my one dog here, but it's not my dog. It's my landlord's dog. And he's just an old dog, and he likes the house and whoever's in it. I happen to be in it, so he likes me. We go on our walks every day. So he's not mine. I'm deliberately not getting attached to him, but I love doggies and kitties. Hi, Farrah. Ooh, Miss Mary's here too. Hi, Miss Mary. Caleb, you think you're on YouTube Live? Mods can mod my Twitch streams. Okay, I don't know what that means. All right, kids. Well, we've been in 30 minutes, and I told you I wasn't leaving for permanent. I just had to take care of some things. And again, like Mary said, sometimes, yes, I have to speak cryptically. So anyway, well, y'all have a wonderful day. Go check out the comment sections, and I'm going to be interacting a lot over the next few days, maybe a few weeks, just kind of depends with the comment section. In the past, I never have deleted any comments, but I won't delete good questions if I happen to see, but if I happen to see just well, I'll just say it. Here about a month ago, I was starting out my lives. People started this stupid rest in peace Parker, like on and on and on. If I see a bunch of that crap that just absolutely does not contribute to anything, what I'm trying to accomplish, yeah, I'll just delete it. So anyways, go check out the comments, and I don't know when I'll see you again. I thought I wanted to do the whole, get the full-blown office desk and take calls, and maybe I still will, but that's not priority at the moment. I've got other things in the works that I just can't talk about at the moment. But I will see y'all. It won't be too long. I'll be back on. Thanks for the chatting, and y'all take care. I always forget how to end this. All right, end stream. Bye.